the only safe way we're going to arrest climate change and cool the planet is, and the big thing now is to cool the planet. We've even if we stopped all emissions tomorrow, we're on a trajectory of warming, and stopping emissions won't stop that. Anyway, the only safe way to cool the planet is through photosynthesis, because it's like an air conditioner. Every gram of water transpired through photosynthesis out of the leaf of the plant takes up 540 calories of heat.
Wow. And
we've basically been turning the heat up and trashing the air conditioner, with less forest and all that desert, and leaving country fallow with nothing growing on it, and all that sort of thing. So
and as an economic decision, the only way that's going to happen is by paying people to make money off that land. So because you can't just expect the governments to just pay for it all the time. So it needs to come from a commercial aspect of getting farmers able to regenerate the land.
Well, put it this way, through regenerating the land through regenerative agriculture, and that means diversity, multi-species, all the things that regenerative agriculture is, we can at least 3 times the water use efficiency of through the plants. Like, in other words, the photosynthetic rate is 3 times that of a monoculture or of industrial agriculture. What that means is that there's 3 times the carbon being pulled out of the atmosphere to go through into the plant and made into sugars per water molecule going out.
Wow.
And so that no amount of GM or anything can equal that. That's where we win it. And that means that you've got all that extra carbon.
Is there some science on that now? Have they done some science on that now, comparing a crop grown regeneratively and a crop grown genetically?
Oh yeah, well, in Gabe Brown's book. Have you read Gabe's book?
I've seen Gabe Brown. He's very impressive.
Yeah, that's the Bible. And the university did the work, and they found that the multi-species cover crop was 3 times the water use efficiency of and there's another, anyone can Google it. You Google the plant health pyramid, and in there it'll tell you that it can be from up to 600% more efficient, a plant that's getting all its nutrients and everything in the right ratio compared to a industrially grown plant.
Oh, I'd have to say that must be similar to a person getting a person who eats with all the nutrients is getting 600 times more use out of their food than someone who eats junk food. Probably. We should use that as a line.
600%, yeah, like probably the same, yeah, absolutely. Like, and the same with cows in the paddock. If they're eating grass that's got all the goods in it, they only need half as much. So they go out for half an hour and they've got a tummy full. They're happy. They sit down and chew their cud, and you see it. That people observe that. And but so if we and to get more photosynthesis around the world, we've got what supports more photosynthesis is the availability of water and nutrients, and that comes from the humus in the soil, because humus holds 8 times its weight in water and 1,000 times the nutrients that clay does in a better form. So it's building the carbon in the soil that's going to give us extra photosynthesis that's going to cool the planet. In the meantime, because we do that, we shore up our safe water and food for the 10 billion or whatever there's going to be. Like, we can support 10 billion, no trouble, if we do it right. And by any landscape that's high in carbon will attract more rain.
So tell me this, how do you see for all of the monoculturing crops that are out there, how can they change the way? Is it just a matter of changing the harvesting equipment so that they can do multi-species?
They integrate animals more into the system than what they are now. They start trying to keep something growing on the land as much as possible instead of leaving it for a long time trying to accumulate moisture, and then they've got to spray weeds and stuff. And there's already farmers just looking at what they call companion cropping. In other words, they're putting legumes in with the wheat and stuff, and that's a start. And once they start heading down that track, they'll start doing more and more and just gradually learning. And I'd say in time, you'll hardly ever see a monoculture.